Welcome back, everybody, to episode 60
Ish.
Under Review Podcast. I'm pretty sure it's 60. I think I did 59 last week. I think we're on 60.
I missed one or two here and there, which I can't stand.
Which, glad to have you back on your back from your vacation. And
Got some sunshine.
Looking like a lobster.
You know.
I tell you. Well, go ahead.
If I could just see you, it would be a whole lot better.
I tell you one thing. Doing a podcast by yourself is the hardest thing.
I told Brittany that we were listening to the episode on the way home, and I feel the same way about the same episodes that I done.
Right, yeah.
It just does not feel fluid.
It don't, because you're talking to yourself, and if you have listened to it, I didn't edit that. I didn't have the time, the patience, anything to edit it. So what everybody got was a straight raw cut.
Yeah, that's what I told Brittany. She said, "You mean that a bad way?" I said, "No, I definitely don't mean it," because I felt the same way a couple episodes that I done by myself, at the end of the last year and whatnot. And I was, even when I went back and listened to them, and I told her the same thing. I said, it just doesn't feel fluid as having two people or something. I said, it was nothing against you. I said, because it was the same when I felt when I done mine. I was like, God, I sound like a hillbilly talking to a tree.
Luckily, I didn't take my medicine, so I was okay. So I felt like I wasn't going insane. But I mean, I was.
Well, you know how that goes.
Yeah. But anyways, back to reality. Episode 60 of the Under Review Podcast. What we're doing, as always, is the team preview. We are in, I want to say it's episode 4 of, I don't know. I'm not really keeping.
It should be 4, I think.
Not really keeping track of that. But
because we keep track of so much other. Solid point.
It's game 11 of the Logo.
Yeah, what's a Logo?
Logo showdown.
Yeah, we're fully into the second round now. Which at the end of this, I was kind of shocked because of the early lead.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
But we're going to talk about Missouri and Oklahoma. A lot of things got rushed and prushed because you were on vacation. I had totally forgot.
Surprise!
Maddie had her surgery, so podcast is not on the top of my list of things to be done.
What was one of Kelly's number one rules when she was little?
What's that?
I'm trying to think now.
You don't even know.
Get what you get. Don't pitch your fit.
Yeah.
I had to think a minute.
Yeah. But so if it's kind of out there, it is, because it was.
All seven of the people that listen to it anyway already knows.
Yeah. They'll really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So what we got?
The sponsor.
All right. Well, after the shenanigans are out of the way, we're going to step back and take a word from the sponsor.
This episode of the Under Review Podcast is brought to you by Chuck's Heating and Air. Chuck has over 40 years of service and experience with residential services. He services most makes and models. He is Alabama licensed, bonded, and insured, and locally owned and operated. Are you hot and you're supposed to be cool? Are you cool and you're supposed to be hot? Then you've got a problem. Call Chuck. Area code 256-892-2757. Again, 256-892-2757. Chuck's Heating and Air.
Again, that's Chuck's Heating and Air, 256-892-2757. That mic, you have pics of every freaking thing.
Would it? Brittany making racket?
No, I heard the psst from the Coke.
Oh. I just got a finger, so,
No, well.
Nothing new there.
Like I said, we're going into team previews, and we're going to talk about Missouri, I want to say, is going to be first.
It is.
An interesting topic from, coming from Missouri. Still won 10 games last year, but they, did the X-Speed exceed the expectations? Did they stay the same? I think a lot of hype was from this Missouri team of all last year.
Yep.
I don't think they lived up to the hype. Yes, they had a 10-win season. That's great. They're going for their third 10-win season this year. Third straight year. There we go.
That's what it means when you win 3 in a row. It's 3 straight.
Yeah. So, never been done for Missouri. I didn't expect them to do it last year, though. So, 10 wins is a lot in the SEC.
What were they, 10-2, 10-3?
Makes sense to me.
Or
I don't know. What I read was.
Well, first of all, before we can get started on the Mizzou train, we from episode 1 last year, starting into this, it was the hype train, we called it. And yeah, they would squeak out a win here, squeak out one there, but never lived up to, I think what the highest they got in the poll was 7th, 8th, maybe?
Something like that. Something,
and we weren't buying it. I mean, so, and I'm thinking once we get into both of these teams, this might be floating around the bottom with the catfish in the barrel here.
Has the very potential, and losing Brady Cook, losing some key pieces on their offense and defense. I don't know where they sit, but let's get into it.
Yeah. I don't think they're the biggest loss on this page for these two teams, but like you said, they did have a lot. You're going to have to read it because I can't.
What is that, Eli?
That's what it said. I copied and pasted.
Okay. Eli Drinkwitz.
That's what I copied and pasted it, so.
Eli Drinkwitz, the head coach of the Missouri Tigers. I don't know what year he's in. 5th, it says. So he'll be 6th. 38-24. Great record.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd take that. Coordinators, Kirby Moore at offense and Corey Batoon at defense, or Batten, either one. I'll take them. But yeah, finished 10-2 last season in a win in the Cotton Bowl.
Can you read that screen?
Do you want me to read it all?
Well, I mean, it's got some Cotton Bowl highlights and what have you. I just can't see it.
This included a 22-20 record in the Southeastern Conference. In 2023, he was named the SEC Coach of the Year, as he should have been that year.
Mm-hmm.
And then led the Tigers, like I said, to a 10-2 record last season and a Cotton Bowl victory. It don't say against 2, so.
But they won, so.
Yeah, it's a W.
Could be worse. I mean, good record here for this Mizzou team. Dickinson is a good coach. I think he's a good up-and-coming coach. I put him about mid-pack here with the rest of these great coaches we got in the SEC. I think at times they struggle at coordinator positions. I said, don't know much about these guys, but you can just see, and like I said, they squeaked out so many victories last year, because they shot themselves in the foot a lot. And then the players brought them back, and then they would do the same thing the week after. And I don't know, this team was a whole lot worse than 10-2.
I think so. But like you said, Brady Cook definitely helped this team a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the Auburn game and games like that.
Well, I mean, Drew Pine wasn't a bad backup.
You take that back. I didn't like him. I'm sorry. I
didn't vote him for the Heisman or anything, but he was a decent backup for what they needed.
Not in the SEC.
Well, I guess that's why he left. So
I think he'd have been a great backup at somewhere like Jacksonville State or something.
Speaking of fine Jacksonville State, I'm a junior now at Jacksonville State on my road to glory.
Yeah. How'd you do that? I didn't know you went to college.
The first year I didn't play down. Second year, I got started halfway through, took us to a bowl victory, and now I made it to the college playoff and got beat by Ole Miss.
Oh, okay. But,
Squirrel.
But I don't think he's SEC caliber. That's why he left. I mean, I don't know. I don't know a lot about it from what I watched. Now,
Right.
this year he can come out and throw for 3,000 yards, and I might eat my words like I did last year. But I don't see it happening.
I'm not going to push the table of contents on that one.
Right. So, key departures here: Brady Cook at quarterback. Cook, not Brady Quinn. That's okay. Understand.
I did, again, copy and paste.
Brady Cook, Luther Burden III, and Amari Mimbo, who was a draft pick. I want to say he went
Did either of them names come? Whoever I copied and pasted them, because ain't it MEMBO or is it Mambo?
Yeah, ABCDEFGLMFAO. Yeah, something like that.
Anyway,
I don't know, but you need to stay off Wikipedia.
I don't know what's on Wikipedia. Well, whatever it was worse than me doing it.
But big losses. Brady Cook went last year on 2,535 yards on 201 completions, 11 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, 14 passing touchdowns from 3 quarterbacks last year for Missouri as a team.
How many did Drew Pine have?
3. He had 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions.
Oh, well, a perfect record.
Break even. But a lot of the guys, a lot of it came from Luther Burden, 61 catches, 676 yards, 6 touchdowns, averaged 11 catches, 11 yards per catch. So, and then Amari Bimbo, we don't do offensive line stats, but I don't think he went top 10, but I know he went first round. I know Will Campbell was the first offensive lineman taken. But when you go that high as an offensive tackle, right tackle, left tackle, whichever one he was, that's pretty high, That's what people are looking for, a plug-and-play tackle to come in right out of college. Rookie status.
It's going to stink here for Mizzou because you lost your 2 biggest offensive weapons.
And then the blocker.
And the people that guard them. Unless you have that type of team, is where, like you were saying, plug and play guys like that. Like you have at least a 3 or 4 star quarterback that knows the offense that can come in, or a really good another receiver to plug in right there, which I don't think they have. I mean, yes, they've got some decent players across the board there, but nothing like they're losing here. This is going to be a lot, and I don't think they can recover from it even possibly with a 500 season.
I don't either. I mean, pretty favorable SEC. I bit my tongue. Pretty favorable SEC schedule. No Georgia, no A&M. I don't think they got LSU. They're missing a lot of the big teams. They get Alabama at home, they get South Carolina at home. So their bigger games are favorable to them. But does this Missouri team have the capability to bring in a South Carolina into, I don't know their stadium name, to said stadium and beat them?
Insert stadium here.
Yeah. I don't remember. I saw it earlier. Starts with an F. But to answer my own question, I think the answer is no. Even though I'm not really hot on South Carolina this year, just from the eye test right now.
Right. I just, and we banged out a lot with South Carolina with how good their defense was last year.
Right. They lost that defense.
Right. That's the only thing. I don't know. I think they're so just, especially with these middle of the pack teams, how they're going to separate themselves. And I think I won't say this is going to be one to watch, but if the rails come off and they fall to the bottom, it won't surprise me.
Right. Key additions, we have running back Ahmad Hardy. That's correct. Wide receiver Kevin Coleman Jr. and edge rusher Damon Wilson II. I think these 3 guys here are the 3 biggest pickups, honestly, that Missouri could have had. That it fell in their favor for these 3 guys to luckily sign with them. Hardy was a 1,000-yard rusher last year at Louisiana Monroe. Kevin Coleman, an SEC transfer coming from Mississippi State,
Mm-hmm.
who I talked about last week.
Okay, so there goes one of them plug-and-play players that they have now. So they've got one spot.
And then on the edge rusher, Damon Wilson, plug-and-play coming over from Georgia.
Yeah, so now the question is, these key additions this is going to really help them out a lot. Where are they at running back as far as like depth chart wise?
Hardy's coming in. He's going to lead.
Okay, so these are
Marcus Carroll, Nate Noel. They're both gone from what I'm reading. Yeah. Nate Noel's a rookie signing with the Dolphins.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew he left.
And Marcus Carroll, he's a senior. He's on the team, so he definitely could play. But let me tell you this: a Marcus Carroll, Ahmad Hardy, dual back threat. That's a rough look for the SEC because Marcus Carroll last year ran for 595 yards on 12 touchdowns and 140 carries. A lot of that time was when Nate Noel was out, so he has the potential.
Yeah.
So, and then plugging in Ahmad Hardy, who ran for 1,200 yards last year and 12 touchdowns again, could be a good running back combo. But here's the question: do you have the line?
Perfect. Yep.
And can your quarterback, being I can't say his name, Bo, don't know.
Bo don't know. I'm pretty sure that's what it says on his jersey.
Don't know. I've even talked to Hayden.
Does it start with an S or whatever?
It starts with a P.
Oh.
Bella, something like that.
Oh, I also remember he talked. I did talk to him about it, and he said it two different ways at the same time, so I wouldn't.
But it's going to be leading on that guy. But I think those three right here, Ahmad Hardy, wide receiver Kevin Coleman Jr., and edge rusher Damon Wilson II, are going to be the biggest additions for this Missouri offense.
I think they should be the most crucial additions as well.
Yeah, but I kind of found two other guys. I kind of wanted to change the names on these key players to watch, except for one guy that's coming up, and that'd be Ahmad Hardy, who is a sophomore, Nick Anderson, who is also a sophomore, and then Marvin Burks Jr. I kind of wanted to change it up a little bit because I don't want to keep talking about the same guys over and over again, which we're going to do right here with Ahmad Hardy, who is he's going to be the lead running back or a rotational running back coming in. He's a power zone fit, and he misses a lot of tackles, which, that's what Missouri runs, is a power zone a lot. That's how their running back numbers got so high last year. And he will anchor a backfield as he translates ULM success over to the SEC. I think he can do it. Same thing as we're talking about with Fluff Bothwell and Mississippi State that I was talking about last week. These small backs coming from the Sun Belt and AAC and all these Conference USA, can they transfer over? I think Fluff Bothwell from Mississippi State and Ahmad Hardy are going to be two of the best running backs inside the SEC coming up this year as sophomores.
Oh, most definitely. Like I said, with any good back, you've got to have the line. That's always going to be the question, especially with these guys coming out of the SEC and into where it really is a whole different ball game.
Right. And then the next guy I want to talk about is Nick Rodriguez. He's a sophomore. He got didn't get a lot of playing time is what I'm trying to get at. He's going to be a rotational inside linebacker this year. His tackling instincts are off the chart. Coaches are raving about it. But again, he's going to be a rotational piece, so he's not going to be your starter at the linebacker position, and he's very versatile. Look for this year, increased snaps in the rotation and a depth builder coming from the linebacker position in Rodriguez right here as a sophomore.
Is that number 20?
I think that's number 20 right there. Yeah. And then we're going to talk about Marvin Burks Jr., who is a senior. No, I said that wrong.
Mine says junior, but you know how that goes.
Yeah, you're right.
He's a junior.
He's a junior. That's what's confusing. He is a free/strong safety, so both of those positions in the back he can play. He's very athletic. He's very experienced, and he's a good communicator on the field. So looking like a captain pretty much on some of the other teams. He is the starter inside the safety room. Either position you want to put him at, he's going to be on the field, and he's a strong scheme fit for the defense. Nickel, dime, whatever.
Where all did he play at?
What do you mean?
Like, has he always been at Mizzou?
No, he flipped. Yes, because he flipped on signing day from Ole Miss to Missouri a couple years back. He was a 4-star coming out of high school.
Okay, I knew it was when I was trying to find the graphics and stuff. There was a bunch of Ole Miss stuff, and do you know how many Marvin Burks are in football?
Probably a lot.
But no, like I said, like I said, there's still so much unknown here. But I think Hardy's going to be, I won't say the biggest question mark. I think he's going to have the most upside for this team with these players to watch.
The reason I put him on the list over Bo Perbella and over Kevin Coleman, because I think, he has the more chance to help himself out.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Coleman relies on Bo Perbella here, and Bo Perbella, he's pretty much rely on Kevin Coleman as well. And some of the other receivers, not saying just singling out one receiver.
Right.
But all you got to do when you hand it to a running back is you just got to give it off and watch him run. So that's why I put him more into the mix of, he's not dedicated to relying on somebody to get him the ball or something like that. Well, I mean,
right.
Yes, he does. As long as the quarterback can turn it and hand it off, I mean, he's got it.
I mean, it makes sense.
Is this the full Missouri schedule?
It does not. I was just looking. That's the one I pulled off, or I got from their.
Well, it's okay. I got the schedule right here.
This might be only home games.
Okay.
Because they see under it, it's got what they wear. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So Missouri starts off the season on a Thursday, one day before Auburn does. August 28th at home against Central Arkansas. That'll be on 6:30 on the SEC Network. Central Arkansas. I'm going to give it to Missouri here.
Yeah.
Saturday, September 6th at home against Kansas at 2:30 on the ESPN2. I'll give it to Missouri.
Okay.
I don't think Kansas is that good this year. But September 13th at home against the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana, 3 o'clock on ESPN Plus. 3-0 start for Missouri.
I think that ballgame could be a shootout, though.
It could be.
Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns, they've been playing some good ball over the last couple of years. I think they built their program from the back days from when they were playing Auburn and would beat them like 100-4.
Yeah. I mean, if one of the home games, not SEC games, that you would look at and you would have to pick that maybe could be an upset, I am with you. Mm-hmm. I would think the Raging Cajuns over UMass, Central Arkansas, and Kansas.
Right.
Then going into week 4, you're at home Saturday, September 20th against South Carolina. No time. Again, this is what I was saying earlier. I don't know how to feel just yet. But early edge, I'm going to give it to South Carolina. September 27th at home against UMass, Missouri. Saturday, October. They have a lot of home games. They start the season off with 6 straight home games.
Wow, that's crazy.
Saturday, October the 11th at home against Alabama. 11 a.m. kickoff. That is crazy. But giving it to Alabama.
The red team.
Yeah. And then their first away game. Saturday, October 18th, they going down to Jordan-Hare. Give me them Tigers.
Yeah.
I might go to that game. I don't know. This tickets starting out only $68. So.
Yeah, the last two.
Missouri section too.
Yeah, the last 2 games we went to, we both walked out of there with losses. So.
Yeah, which mine was the Arkansas game, and it was hot as piss that game.
Mine was. What game did we go to last year? Oklahoma. No, Vandy. Who was it, Vandy?
Vandy. Oh yeah, that's right. Speaking of Vandy, October 25th at Vandy. I don't know.
I get where you're coming from because Vandy. I mean, with Pavia, and I think Vandy's going to be decent. I don't know if they'll be as good as they were last year, but I like Vandy here.
I do like Vandy because they're also bringing back their tight end, Stowers.
Oh yeah, probably one of the best in the SEC, maybe even the country.
Yeah. So I mean, he's also a converted quarterback too.
So he could do the old flea flicker zone flip.
I want to tell you, also played at Jacksonville State. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that.
It sounds more familiar than it should for just regular players.
Right. But I'm going to take Vandy here because I feel Vandy at home in an unfinished stadium, they still get the victory.
For the 15th year in a row?
Yeah, as long as there ain't no construction workers, as if we're kicking field goals, we'll be all right.
That's still funny.
Saturday, November 8th, they're playing at home against Texas A&M. I'm taking the Aggies.
Nah, I like the Aggies.
And then November 15th, they're at their last home game, which I'm guessing is senior night. It is senior night. November 15th, at home against Mississippi State. You know, I think I picked Mississippi State last week over Missouri, and I stand by that because I don't know. Again, I don't know what the defenses hold at this point for both of these teams.
I don't think anybody does especially 6 weeks out for the season. But once I would think predictions get better after your second and third week, really.
Right.
Just kind of not guessing at it, but kind of what we are.
Yeah. And then November 22nd, you're at Oklahoma for another 11 a.m. kickoff. I'm going to give it to Oklahoma. We'll talk about more of that. We're going to save that talk for when we get into Oklahoma because I don't want to spoil what's later in the episode.
Are you struggling?
No, I'm not.
No, Brittany's trying to open up ranch with her teeth, and it's almost like a bear trying to eat a football.
And then the last game of the season, Saturday, November 29th, at Arkansas. I want to say we took Arkansas earlier. I'm not really sure. I couldn't tell you. I'd be happy if both teams lost, but somebody's got to win. I'm going to give it to Pittman and the Hogs.
So what we're looking at? What 7-3, 6-4, something like that.
4-8. Sounds right to me.
I mean, I could go with that unless they come out and just do like Vandy did last year and just. This might be our Vandy this year, hopefully.
I don't think they're winning 10 games, though. I'll say that right now.
Oh, well, most definitely not.
Even though it's a favorable SEC schedule, you have Alabama and Auburn, Auburn, and Texas A&M are the pretty tough ones. But you have Vandy, Mississippi State, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. You're missing the bigger teams, Texas, Georgia, LSU, Florida. Yeah. You're missing those big teams. You should have a better year.
Yeah, and I'm not canceling out Louisiana here on the 13th.
Louisiana, so if you
so I'm just saying. It's going to be interesting this year for them. It's like I said, not that I'm going to watch them, but definitely watch that Thursday game because it's football. But after that.
I'll watch the South Carolina game unless there's a better game on. But that's probably about it.
Yeah,
I'll watch the state game because of Fluff.
Oh, yeah. Especially since he come from South Alabama.
I think he came from Anniston. He came from up this way.
Up this way? Your cornbread wouldn't fall out, would it?
I don't think so.
I didn't think so.
No, it's still there. Both of them are.
Hey, so let me tell you, we had dinner the other night. Dad did some pork chops and got some of them fine Ustros Mama made. Ooh, doggy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, them tip my hat to the chef lady. In it, squirrel.
Now we're going to be talking about Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Sooners.
The Boomer.
Pretty decent season last year. Brent Venables at the helm, 22-17 record as the head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners across 3 seasons, bringing in his 4th season. His first season in 2022, he went 6-7. but they rebounded in 2023 and went 10-3, and then welcome to the SEC. They went 6-6. Our offensive coordinator is Ben Arbuckle, and Brent Venables is also the defensive coordinator, along with Todd Bates. No, did I read that wrong?
Todd Bates and Jay Pika something. So there's three defensive coaches. So
just like last week, which I didn't find this out until I did some research on it, Jeff Levy, head coach of Mississippi State, is also the offensive coordinator. Didn't know you could do that, but he does it. So maybe that's the same thing with Brent Venables.
But didn't Gus do that as well?
Yeah, but he actually had a offensive coordinator under him.
Okay, instead of having like pretty much like a 3-man rotation coordinator.
Yeah, he actually had a guy named, his name was Rick Lashley, and his title was offensive coordinator. He just called the plays.
See, that's crazy. You think they still got a guy in the booth. Then they all got headsets for them guys. So you got up to 6-7 coaches. Yeah, that makes my head hurt.
I just found that pretty cool that he was the offensive coordinator and the head coach. And, what you said to Gus, yes, he was the head coach. He's just calling plays. He had an offensive coordinator.
Right, okay, yeah. Oh, I met him.
Yeah. So that is a weird situation they got going on. But the key departures, quarterback Jackson Arnold, who, like we said a couple weeks ago, he went to Auburn, expecting big things at him this year. Running back Gavin Sawchuk, who had a down year last year, split snaps with Javonte Barnes and Taylor Tatum, and Michael Hawkins Jr. apparently, and tight end Bauer Sharp. So Jackson Arnold went 1,421 yards on 154 completions, 12 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Gavin Sawchuk only had 39 attempts, 128 yards, and 1 touchdown. Like I said, his numbers got
2 and 3 yards a carry or so.
3.3.
Okay.
Got cut significantly. But he's going to revamp his offense, and he's going over to Gus Malzahn in Florida State.
I'm so excited about that game.
And then their leading receiver as a tight end, their leading receiver, period, 42 receptions, 324 yards for Bauer Sharp and 2 touchdowns. Averaged 7.7 a catch, but 42 catches that beat the next player by over 11 catches. So Jackson Arnold likes his tight ends, and he loved Bauer Sharp. So Bauer Sharp goes on to play at LSU. Big pickup for the Tigers and Garrett Nussmeier over there. But I say probably the biggest loss on this whole list was Bauer Sharp, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, Jackson brought a lot to him, but he made, they played so well together, and it hurt. It's going to hurt this offense losing both of them.
Right.
So, Auburn and LSU got to pick up the – now, where did Sawchuk go?
Florida State.
Oh, you just said that, duh.
Yeah.
You think I'd be listening.
Their key additions, quarterback Johnny Mateer.
Is it right?
It's John.
Tomato.
Running back
ketchup.
And then edge rusher Marvin Jones Jr. So, John Mateer, the best quarterback, they say, inside the portal last year, comes over from Washington State, the Pac-2, inside the SEC. Heisman favorite as of right now for some people.
I must have bumped their head.
Some ESPN reporter on SEC Now.
Yeah, because they know a lot.
Well, but they had him. Yes, he's a good player. I don't know if he can hold up and be a Heisman caliber quarterback inside the SEC, though. That's 2 different things.
Right.
Because if you can hold up and be a good quarterback inside the SEC, yes, you should be Heisman, top.
Mm-hmm.
John Mateer, I think he's a sophomore, I want to say, or he'll be a junior. You got to do some press breaking here. Running back Jay Knott coming over from California. I love the way this guy runs the ball. I watched him against Auburn. I've watched him against ACC teams last year. I just love the way he runs the ball. And now I hate it that he's on Oklahoma, and we're going to have to see it once this year. But
we've already seen him once. How well did that go?
We've seen him twice already. This will be the 3rd time we've seen him in years.
Yeah. Womp, womp, womp.
And then edge rusher Marvin Jr. I don't really have anything on him. That's great of me.
Then how is he a key addition if you don't know?
I don't have my notes up.
It makes you feel better. I don't have any notes up.
Right. Man. I know he's an edge rusher.
Yeah, I mean, that's on the screen. I see that.
Yeah. He's coming over from Florida State. He had 10 solo tackles last year, 4 sacks, 1 fumble recovery, 25 total tackles. Played good. Being a senior on this team is going to help him a lot, especially on that edge rusher position as Oklahoma, and especially Brent Venables being a defensive coach. I feel like when he gets a defensive guy, they're going to be pretty good because, you know your defense.
Right.
Better than anybody else.
A lot of players looking at going at schools, like when they transfer and stuff out, if, you're a defensive guy like the edge rusher like Marvin is, that had to be in his decision-making as –
and then getting to play inside the SEC as well.
Exactly. Just, hey, this coach is defense-heavy. He sees, this. He wants me. So that makes my decision easier to want to go to a school and a coach that favors my position.
Correct.
What are you correcting?
Yeah, no, you're good. It didn't pop up my defense. I was wanting to see what the defensive rank last year, but my stats were not pulling up. But players to watch here, again, quarterback John Mateer. He's a junior. Wide receiver coming over from Arkansas is Isaiah Stroke.
Isaiah,
thank you. I had a stroke. Isaiah Santega, who's a junior. And then safety coming over from Oklahoma State, Kendall Daniels, and he's a senior. So for Mateer as a junior, what you got?
Mateer, like I said, he's getting all this hype, but I want to see how he translates. Yes, he was, 4 or 5 star guy coming in from Washington. So, I mean, and this Oklahoma team that really struggled last year is going to really need his leadership. I won't say much leadership because as a junior, did he start at Washington?
Yeah, last year, yeah.
Okay, so maybe he can bring that, but I think Oklahoma has got more problems than quarterback that can fix.
Right, and then for Mateer, he's a dual threat quarterback, so which is hard to stop in the SEC. You love to have some of that inside the SEC. Transfer.
Hey, little girl.
He's a Heisman caliber upside. His ball security under SEC pressure.
I'm hungry. Anyway, sorry. The child.
Ball security under SEC pressure is going to be something to watch for. And then maintaining his turnover discipline. I think he was about even last year. So, Heisman upside, he has it, but it's got to translate over. Anybody can have Heisman upside, not in the SEC, I'll say. It's just how is it going to transfer over inside the SEC?
Right.
And then Isaiah Santega, I said it right this time. He's got his routes are precise. He's returned utility, slot and outside flexibility. He's going to have great chemistry with Mateer because he loves that dual threat running quarterback so he can find his lanes like he had last year at Arkansas with Taylor Green. And he's going to have a good red zone role coming in for this Oklahoma team as they lost their tight end. Did they get? No, I think that's Ole Miss. Never mind. Luke Haas? I don't remember.
That is. Where did they come from? The Haas brothers, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yes, one of them come to Oklahoma.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I was talking about. Kendall Daniels, he's a senior. He's got size, versatility, and defensive production coming in. His assignment awareness and complex schemes is going to be something to watch. he gets confused from time to time, but I think coming inside the SEC, again, being with Brent Venables, who's a defensive guy,
Right.
is going to help this over. I think, all love for Mike Gundy, but I think Venables is a better defensive coach and could help Kendall Daniels coming in this season.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Sorry. Yeah, I think, again, this is, for him being a senior really helps some of his leadership. But like I said, where he does struggle, I think Brent Venables and the defensive side of these guys are really going to be a big factor of how well this defense can stay up and stay in games.
It's definitely going to be something to watch for sure. Brent Venables' defense values versatile defensive backs who can run, blitz, and cover all the same. Kendall Daniels gives that to a T. And I think that's why he's a perfect fit and a good player to watch coming up for this Oklahoma team next season. All right, so now we're going to get in the schedule.
This is a full schedule, so.
Yeah, this time is Saturday, August 30th, starting off the season with Illinois State on ESPN Plus at 5 o'clock. I'm going to take Oklahoma here, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, then you get a good week. Week 2. You're at home, 6:30 on ABC versus Michigan.
Ooh.
Michigan starting a true freshman quarterback at Bryce Underwood. I think everybody said he's day one starter there. So it's going to be interesting.
Why does that sound so familiar?
I don't know. We didn't go after him.
Did Alabama or somebody else?
I don't remember.
I thought we
he's
went
a
after.
5-star.
I thought we went after Underwood.
We looked into him and then we didn't.
It sounded like Jud right there. We did, but we didn't.
Yeah. I'm gonna say. I want to say Michigan. But it's at the Big House.
Yeah, that's a big factor in this.
For me, that's what's factoring in. Young quarterback though for Underwood. No, wait. This is at home. Excuse me. This is in Oklahoma. I have lied through my teeth. I'm still taking Michigan.
Yeah,
I don't think that changes for me.
You liar, you feet stink, and you don't love Jesus.
Saturday, September 13th is their first road game. I don't want to say road test. 11 a.m. on ESPN2 against Temple. I'm going to take Oklahoma, starting at, we got 1 and 2 right now.
1 and 2.
Or 2 and 1, 2 and 1, sorry. I lied. Again, through my teeth. Now I'm going to say they're 2 and 2 because September 20th they're playing at home against Auburn. That's a loss for them. I hope.
For them, somebody.
Yeah, somebody's losing. I bet good money if somebody's losing that game.
Yeah, hopefully it's not the blue team.
Somebody's just going to wear white. I'll tell you that. Saturday, October 4th, at home against Kent State. That's a 3 p.m. kickoff on the SEC Network. Give me Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going down to the Red Rivalry Rive.
Red River. Dadgummit.
The Red Rivalry Rive, October the 11th, against Texas at 2:30.
Now is this a mutual site game?
Yeah, it's a Jerry World.
Notice on their schedule. Do you see that?
I seen it.
You seen the horns down?
Yeah, but that's who I'm taking. I'm taking Texas.
Yeah, definitely taking Texas here.
Taking Arch Manning in that game. October 18th at South Carolina. Give me Sandstorm in South Carolina as of right now. And that could change once we do their show. I could say another way. I don't know. Because I say what I say at the time, and then I go back and I look at these other teams and look at their schedule again, and then do their players and stuff, and I change my mind. So if you're watching one episode, well, you picked Auburn this game, and then you go watch another episode, and it's like, well, you picked Auburn the first time, and then shut up.
Get your own podcast.
I changed my mind, like I changed my underwear once a week.
Oh, that's disgusting.
October 25th, you're at home against Ole Miss. See, that game's tough for me.
Who's Ole Miss's quarterback now?
It's going to be Austin Simmons.
I like Ole Miss.
See, I like Mateer, and I want to see stuff out of Simmons. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna take Oklahoma here. I really am. At home, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how Simmons is, but I know how Lane Kiffin plays and coach, or how he coaches. So I know he's going to be up for the test. But I'm going to take Oklahoma as of right now. They could change next week. November 1st, you're at Tennessee. Give me Tennessee. I know it's not the same Tennessee team as last year.
Right.
I know it's not. And
But so you got a worse Oklahoma team than a worse Tennessee team?
I don't know. But as of right now, I'm taking Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, I don't fault you there.
I like Joey Aguilar. I think he can step up some. I don't think Tennessee's going to have a great year like they did last year with Nico Iamaleava.
That still just chaps my opinion.
Yeah. But I think they're going to have a good year. I don't think they'll be ranked. I think they'll be mid-pack. They might be 7-5, but this is going to be one of the 7 that Tennessee will win, mostly because it's at Tennessee, and I don't see Tennessee losing at Neyland. November 15th.
Red team.
At Tuscaloosa.
Red team.
Yeah, they're both red.
There you go. Exactly. Red team.
I'm going to take Alabama.
Yeah, I like the Elephants.
And then the one we saved for later, November 22nd at Missouri, 11 a.m. kickoff, like we said. It's going to me, later in the season, what we went through, can Mateer hold up? Can Ott hold up? Can this defense hold up? I don't know.
Injuries plague. Yeah. I mean, because by this time you were either you're hurting through injuries or you found out who's going to man up and be there with the last coming into the home stretch of your season.
As crazy as it sounds, I'm taking Missouri in this game, even though it's in Oklahoma.
I don't know how to do the Boomers. I like Oklahoma here.
Yeah, and then the last game of the season, you're losing. It's LSU. Yeah. I don't care.
I was watching
LSU. I have LSU predicted 12-0. I mean, that's
you're one of them.
That's.
I listened to.
I like what they have on paper. I mean, you watched my podcast last week.
Okay, that's who I was referencing to. Some idiots. Yeah. But no, like I said, look how good Mizzou looked last year on paper.
They didn't look good on paper to me.
Are you looking at the wrong paper? Yeah, exactly. No, definitely like LSU here. I don't know about 12-0, but
final thoughts. I think Missouri gonna have a worse year. Be the bottom of the barrel of the SEC. Oklahoma, a little bit above them, 6. I don't really, I think honestly, if Venables goes 6-6 this year, I don't think he's on the hot seat though.
No,
I think Oklahoma loves him too much as a coach, which that's great. Even though he is going 6-6 inside the SEC over 10-3 when he was in the Big 12 or whatever, it's different. But you have better competition week in, week out inside the SEC.
Yeah.
If you're winning 3 or 4 games inside the SEC, kudos to you.
I'm with the same. I think Missouri's going to tank fully this year. Watch us shock us around like Vandy did. Oklahoma, they've got the potential to be mid-pack of the mid-pack, and I think they have enough where they could possibly be the top mid-tier team here. So these two are going to be the biggest question mark teams as far, or Oklahoma is anyway for sure.
I won't say they're the biggest question mark team.
No. They're one that I'm curious to follow this season, most definitely, just to see like with Mateer, Ott.
Because I say 16 teams inside the SEC, I say half have very good big question marks beside them.
Yeah,
or more than half.
It could happen.
All right, so we're wrapping it up. Best all-time logo.
We need to get a music intro for this.
Yeah, along with all the time I have working on this.
Yeah, right. That's only been 2 years.
Well, Under Review podcast brings you round 2 from number 14 Auburn versus number 4 Alabama. Hey, I do have one for this though. I hit the wrong one.
Push. Ready?
Auburn and Albie takes on the victory. Like you said, it had me. I looked and it was like Alabama by like 15. I said, "Ain't no way." And then
that's well, because I had flipped over because I was looking at it on the under review page, and I voted in it like it didn't vote or something because I guess you had already voted. So I went back to my personal page and then voted, and then Auburn was getting manhandled. But I was kind of shocked at one point where I thought either in this with it being Iron was to be a little closer, or it's going to be like some of the ones that we've got like 1,200 people in,
right,
and it be a massacre. But when I seen Alabama was up, I'm like, you got to be kidding. But don't get it twisted. You won't hear me say this much. That was a really good logo that got beat.
That was. That was. I mean, I would have been. I don't care if the Albie logo don't win at all. This is me, and I'll say it. I don't care if they don't win at all. But I could not have stood on my own 2 feet if they would have got beat by that logo, though.
No, and I told Brittany the same. I said I've always said that's been my favorite red team logo. I think it goes so. I've seen so many hats and different stuff with the gray, the blacks. That's always been my favorite.
Right. And then the next round, you didn't put the numbers in there. Forgot them.
You know, yeah.
5 LSU versus number 11 Arkansas, I think.
It is, yeah.
Now with this one, yeah.
I do.
This one could be like very close because nobody would care.
But who was the other team that showed out? Was it Arkansas or was the Florida teams?
It was Auburn and Arkansas.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Like I said, don't get me twisted. I love the old style, the LSU like the Auburn logo.
Mm-hmm.
But for Arkansas, man, that's such a good logo. I mean, that's besides the black messed out pig that we did that should have won the whole thing twice.
I don't think it's a great logo for Arkansas, but it's
that's all they got.
Classic. Okay, it's a very classic logo.
Yeah, because I mean, I think they were one of the teams that had more than 5 or 6, and it was either okay. So it was either a form of this or an A with something similar to this, besides the Mountain Dew pig. Yeah, I like the Arkansas one, but who's to say when I look at it that I won't vote because I still the classic part of me still loves the Tiger.
I mean that it does, but I mean, like you said, I'm gonna go with LSU here. That's just me.
Just for the heck of it, I might go Arkansas because you went LSU. Yeah, of course you played that one. Again, guys, if you're looking for any kind of custom artwork for your sports fans, sports players, sports whatever you need, find me over at Under Review Customs, 205-885-1137. 1137. Of course, I'm on Facebook and other platforms.
Moving over to Wild Country Homestead, we have some of the best baked bread, dinner rolls, cinnamon rolls, pickled quail eggs. We got
regular eggs,
regular chicken eggs, anything that you can think of, meat, rabbits, chickens, quail.
So, question off the squirrel note here. Is Abby and Maddie still doing sweet stuff?
Not right now.
Okay, I didn't know if they were doing any, or Maddie was doing any sweet stuff, or...
yeah, not right now.
Cinnamon rolls.
The cinnamon rolls are pretty good. And she now just done muffins today when I got home
from work. What kind?
Chocolate chip and blueberry.
My favorite, too. See, there she could have brought me some.
They're so good. But they're sourdough, so they might get added to the list. But just keep on the lookout for that. That's Wild with an E, W-I-L-D. W-I-L-D. You can't even spell my own son's name.
Oh, Road Rash.
Wild Country Homestead. Go over there, send her a message. Quail eggs about every weekend. bread, usually about once a week. Cinnamon rolls on request. Same thing with dinner rolls. Very good stuff. But, as we're wrapping it up, kind of ran a little bit over. But two mediocrity teams get a little bit longer, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, it's just good to be back together. The boys are back in town.
It's been like 3 weeks, it feels like.
Right.
But thank you to everybody that watches, listens. Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, YouTube.
Pigeons, text message, whatever. Airplane light up in the sky.
Bald eagles sometimes.
Oh, wait, that's a chicken.
I want to thank God for bringing us back here. Thank you to the Wise for not killing us one more week.
That's debatable.
I mean, we're still here this week. Thank you to HCS Media, Hayden Coker, the Dadpod with Hunter Brassfield and Nicholas Adams.
Big head chicken legs?
No, big head chicken legs. Apparently his brother now works at Honda.
He does. I know. I had a delivery, a meeting up the other day, and I stopped and talked to Hunter, and he said, "You won't believe who I'm training this week." And I said, "Do I know him?" He goes, "Remotely." And he just kind of looked at me and smiled. I said, "Seth?" He goes, "Yep." I said, "Dear God."
That's what I said. And then the creative team, Brandon Trammell and Jud Dickinson. That's all we got today. Catch you back next week, next Thursday. Have a good week and stay safe.
Thanks for making the call to go under review. Join us next time as we go to the monitors. Until then, keep your flag handy.